polynomials आया. Hey there, Joel here, and welcome to my channel Math World. With that PJ intro of mine, you must have realized that we're going to start with polynomials, and this is another chapter which is there in your 10th standard curriculum. And before I start teaching you how to solve those problems and how to get those marks, first let us understand, why are we studying polynomials? What is the use of studying polynomials? And unless and until that question is not answered, it will be very difficult to sink in that content into your head. So whenever you go to school, if your teacher is not telling you the purpose of studying it, then you please go and do another homework, trying out googling this information and finding answers to why exactly you are studying that content. And once you have got answers to those, you will definitely able to study that chapter or that small subtopic in a better way. Okay, and with regards to polynomials, polynomials is used in engineering, where you must have seen, different types of bridges that are built, different styles of bridges, and they are not done just like that by building those pillars and the bridge is not created. They use polynomials to understand the entire curve, and the entire logic depends over there. Also, polynomials is used in medicine, where different chemicals that are being used are also understood, how many chemical that will be added and the entire process which is there. Polynomials is also used when it comes to to see a growth of a company. How well is the company growing, whether the sales are going good, whether the revenue is met. All these things will be understood with regards to polynomials. Okay, are we studying polynomials to that extent that we can do all these studies? No, we are not. We're just going to study a very basic of that entire chapter. And let's not waste time, and let me give you a brief idea of what are polynomials. I'm sure you must have studied polynomials in the 9th standard and you know a part of it. If you don't know, then watch the next section of this video and you will be able to understand. Let us assume that you are staying in one of these houses, and it is very evident that wherever you stay, houses cannot be just like this. There will be always a boundary wall which is going to divide the properties and the houses, telling you that this part is mine, this is someone else's, and this is for someone else again. So houses, and there is a division. Okay, now why am I telling you with regards to polynomials? And in polynomials chapter, why are we discussing houses over here? These houses can be imagined as the terms in a polynomial. These boundary walls are nothing but either a plus sign or a minus sign, which divides or separates the terms into three parts. Like for example, if I put a sign over here, I'll remove this and put a plus sign. I'll remove this and put a minus sign. So now I have three terms of a polynomial. So inside this house there will be people staying. Inside this house also there will be people staying. So that is nothing but those different coefficients and variables. So I have 13x cube plus I have 2x minus 7x squared. This is nothing but a polynomial. Now this polynomial has three terms. How are the terms separated? With this plus and minus sign. With that basic idea of what exactly is a polynomial, let us go ahead and see the polynomial can be divided or categorized, I would say, based on the number of terms and also based on the degree. Let us take examples and understand it better. Terms we have already seen. Whenever there is a plus sign, minus sign, those signs will divide that entire polynomial based on different terms. And based on that, how many number of terms are there? Polynomials can be classified as, based on the number of terms, polynomials can be classified as a monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. Okay, now what is the meaning of monomial? Mono means one. That means if I have a polynomial which is having only one term, then it will be called as a monomial. If I have two terms, that means bino, bi means two. Okay, so if I have a polynomial with two terms, it will be called specifically as a binomial. If I have three terms, then the polynomial will be called as trinomial. Anything above 3 would be considered as a polynomial. Having said that, do you think that these cannot be called as a polynomial? Definitely they can be called as polynomials also. So we'll take an example later, but a monomial can also be called as a polynomial, but the specific name is, when there is one term, it is called as monomial. This is with regards to the number of terms that we have discussed. Based on the degree of the polynomial, if you have recollected in the previous example where I spoke about these, so I said there are three terms, right? 1, 2 and 3. This number which is written on top of a variable over here will be always called as a degree. Okay, so if there are three terms, I have 2 degrees over here. X has 3 and x has 2. The highest one will be considered as the degree of the polynomial. That means this polynomial, what is this? Is it a monomial, binomial or a trinomial? It is a trinomial because it has 3 terms. And the highest degree, so here there is 3 and here there is 2. The highest degree will be always the degree of that polynomial. So the polynomial based on the degree can be classified as a linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial and quartic polynomial. The meaning of this is a linear will be when the term, the variable, the degree of that variable is 1. Quadratic is when the degree of the polynomial is 2. Cubic is when the degree of the polynomial is 3. Quartic is when the degree of the polynomial is 4. Now let us take a few examples. I have 5x cubed minus 4x squared plus x minus root 2. Now this is my entire polynomial. In this polynomial, first of all, let us understand based on the terms what this will be called as. So I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 terms. So I can give it a name of as generally called as a polynomial. Now based on the degree, how do I check the degree? We look at the variables and the highest number raised to that. So for x, here it is 3, here it is 2 and here it is 1. The highest is over here. That means my degree of this polynomial is 3. Now if it is of degree 3, it will be called as a cubic polynomial. Let us take this example. How many terms? 1, 2. So it will be called as, based on the number of terms, this is called as a binomial. Based on the degree, my degree over here is 1, which means it is called as a linear polynomial. Let us take this example. Based on the number of terms, this entirely is one term, because terms will be separated based on plus or minus sign. Now here there is nothing else, so this will be a monomial because it has only one term. What is the degree of the polynomial? It is 2. That is why this will be called as a quadratic polynomial. Let us take this example. I have root 3x plus 5. Binomial based on the number of terms. Degree is 1. So this will be called as a linear polynomial. Again, I will repeat. Polynomials can be classified based on the number of terms. Okay, based on based on the number of terms and based on degree. If it is based on terms, it is called as monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. And based on the degree, it will be called as linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic. So let us take last few examples. 2x plus 5 minus x square. How many terms? 1, 2, 3. This is called as a trinomial. Degree of the polynomial, highest degree is 2. That is why it is called as a quadratic polynomial. Let us quickly take these examples. X cube plus 1, 2 terms, binomial, highest degree 3, cubic polynomial. Same way over here, 1, 2, 3 terms. This will be called as a trinomial. Highest degree is 2, so it will be called as a quadratic polynomial. Over here, root 5 v square minus 2 upon 3 v. Need not be always that you will see x as the variable. It can be any alphabet. So here it is, the variable is v over here. It is a binomial. Highest degree is 2, so it will be called as a quadratic polynomial. Here 4z square plus 1 upon 7. How many terms? 2 terms. Highest degree 2, so it will be called as quadratic polynomial. Based on the terms, it will be called as a binomial. I hope this part of the chapter is clear, because this is just the basic of understanding what is polynomials and trying to know how are they classified as. If you have understood this, please hit the like button, share it with your friends so that they know the basic of polynomials. And in the upcoming videos, let us learn how to solve those problems for them. Okay, thank you very much and God bless you.